my channel, Chrissy Explains It All. So, I'm just gonna keep it real with you for a minute. I have some explaining to do on my part, because I know that I was missing in action last week when it came to Real Housewives of Potomac. I did not give my review. Definitely in the future, I'm gonna try to be a little bit more consistent and try to work out a schedule. However, life comes at you and it comes at you fast. So I had some things I was doing. I got a little busy, you know, just having a little fun. And then on the flip side of things, I got a child, I got a job, I worked, okay? So I did not get to do my review. The week just kind of got away from me. But I did watch the episode 3. It was good, exciting to watch as always. You know, Potomac is the jam. So just a little quick recap. We're not going to go into a lot of detail about it because you really should watch the episode for yourself. I mean, it's been a week. So hopefully you watched it. But of course the episode opened up and Robin was in the bed. That whole ordeal with her and Juan going back and forth. He was basically saying that she needs to be up out of the bed, more attentive to the kids. She did wake them up, but she got right back in the bed. I could kind of relate to that. I mean, it was the pandemic going on. They're doing virtual school. They the ones who got to be on the computer, not us. Why we got to be up, you know what I'm saying? But I will say that I listened to Giselle and Robin's podcast, and she spoke a little bit about it on the podcast, where she said she was kind of just like in a little depression, which we're not going to get into all of that. That's her business. But Juan, if it was a problem, maybe you should have manned up and you should have been doing whatever you wanted her to do. That's what I got from it. I'm like, really, you on Robin about this? You wake up and do it. You tend to the kids. So the next point that I will make from episode 3 is that, you know, Wendy is digging and diving a little bit more into her candle business, her essential home business. So she actually stopped by Karen's, the Grand Dame, and took a little sample of her candle. And I will say that Karen had some good advice to her. She just said, you know, what will make people buy your candle? And that's a good question, because I know every time that Bath & Body Works got them 3-wick candles on sale, I'm running down there to the Bath & Body Works. I'm going to stand in line and I'm going to get them candles, because those are some good candles. So, I don't know if I'm necessarily going to be wanting to pick up Wendy's candle. But, you know, she did give good advice, and she said and I loved how she said, whatever your budget is, double it. Definitely prepare. So Karen gave Wendy some good advice, which I'm loving seeing Karen and Wendy get along, because they just didn't last season. They did not gel. So it's interesting, and I look forward to seeing a little bit more of that relationship blossoming. Oh, so we got to meet Escala. And we met her through Robin. She was introduced as Robin's friend and basically was helping Robin in her warehouse with her hats, with her embellished hats. Which I myself, I think I might want to order a little hat from Robin. They have the silk linings, you know, which is good for our hair. So yeah. So anyway, Escala seems like she's interested. Definitely a beautiful girl. Very nice. I think we'll see a little bit more from her. I'm wondering if they were kind of at one point probably testing her out to be a housewife, because you know that happens a lot of times, how they bring on these friends of, but we're gonna see if she's a good friend or not. Okay, so I definitely have to give out my shade queen for this next thing I'm gonna do. My shade queen for this week is probably going to go to Miss Candace, because Karen and Candace had their sit down. This was anticipated. I was wondering when they were finally going to clear the air about it. But Karen pulls over to Candace's. She was so, you know, so nice and seemed like she was very excited to see Candace. Candace was cold as ice to Karen. I mean, she was so rude. I felt like she was rude. She came to the door and like she was like, "Can I take your coat?" And Karen was just, you know, giving her compliments about the house, saying that it was beautiful and this and that. There was no hug. I mean, they couldn't even hug or embrace for a minute. I mean, y'all haven't been speaking to each other and how long. But it, you know, Karen, they spoke about it, about what happened last season. We're not gonna get into all that. That's dead, that's gone. Get over it, Candace. But you was very shady. You were extremely shady, because if you're gonna invite Karen to your house, at least be nice. I mean, I can't tell you to get over things, I guess, but being in a good enough space where you can invite someone to your house and be warm and welcoming. I mean, and then when she left, it was like I said, once again, no hug, and she just closed the door behind the woman. I mean, walk me to my car. That's all I'm saying. Will Candace and Karen ever get there? I don't know. Find out later on in the season. So we also got to see a little bit softer side of Mia. She talked a little bit about her upbringing, and it was very touching. She kind of just shared that she was brought up in the foster care system, and she had some issues growing up with her mom. It was just a conversation between her and her husband, and he seemed like, you know, he was very supportive of her. I think we're going to see a little bit more of that this season too, just the dynamic, but her family dynamic, you know. So interesting. We're going to see about it. So the big thing of episode 3 was the pamper party. Giselle had thrown a pamper party for Ashley, because, you know, Ashley is just at this point just about ready to pop. She's due any day now. So she had this kind of pamper party and invited all the girls, including the friend of Scala, and, you know, went down again kind of between MIA and Wendy again. I mean, I told y'all this is going to be a thing. They're going to keep butting heads. But the thing about it is them getting into each other, into it with each other, it kind of seemed like Wendy, and she did say it in her confessional, she said that she was kind of trying to defend Giselle. Girl, my advice to you, leave Giselle alone. Don't defend her. Keep it moving. You ain't got no business getting into it with me or over Miss Giselle, okay? Because Giselle gonna leave you high and dry. So don't ever try to defend Giselle about nothing, because it's not gonna be reciprocated. So just leave that alone one day, okay? Thank you for watching. It's been real. It's been nice. It's been real nice. But I gotta go. I'm out of time. As always, until we meet again, don't do nothing you're gonna have to explain, because you know your girl Chrissy explains it all.